This is Top Shop Podcast.
Shop Podcast.
Top Shop Podcast. Podcast for automotive service business owners by Paul Donahue.
Hey, auto repair shop owners. We are in St. Louis, Missouri at the Spring MAP Conference. Motorist Assurance Program. If you don't know what that is, you want to look it up, because if you become the local shop that's a Motorist Assurance Program shop, that instills trust and confidence in your potential customers and gives you an edge over the competition. So go to AMRA.org or motorist.org and check out those websites. So we have a great guest today. It's Gary MacCausland. He's the Senior Vice President of Operations for VIP Tires and Service. Now, VIP Tire and Service has 70 locations. They're headquartered in Auburn, Maine. So I imagine most of the locations are up in the Maine, New Hampshire.
Yes, we're primarily 36 locations in Maine, but also New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and we just opened our 70th store, which was our first one in Connecticut.
In Connecticut, okay, breaking down in Connecticut. So Gary's been around the block a little bit, so to speak, 35 plus years. Pep Boys, NTW, before they were NTB, Sears Auto Centers, Tire Kingdom. And he says he actually has been in the industry his whole life. And he has, because his dad owned a car dealership. So you were probably 6 years old at your dad's car dealership.
Yes.
So
He was one of the original Datsun dealers. He had a Chrysler Plymouth dealership and then converted to Datsun way back.
Oh, no kidding. Datsun, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So, Gary, what investments is VIP Tires and Service making in terms of technology and training programs to help you guys, stay current in a very rapidly evolving industry?
We invest in our people. Primarily.
Okay.
It's huge. It's all about the people. It's all about,
Yeah.
And so we do a ton of training. We're partnered with Garage Gurus. We've got
John. All right.
Yeah, we've got 7 weeks we just scheduled of the tractor trailer coming up to England. And
awesome.
We have people go through that. We use today's class.
Okay.
For our daily training.
All right. We have
a learning management system that everybody goes through when they start. We partner actually a lot of the folks that are here, Hunter. We send people to Hunter alignment training.
Okay.
And we do a tons of hands-on training at the store level, mentor. We've sent a couple dozen technicians through EV training.
All right.
Week to 10-day EV training.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a primary focus is investing in our people. And more of another investment we made, we just started this, but we have a tool program for our entry-level technicians.
Okay, awesome.
And,
that's great to hear.
We start off their first week, as early as their first week, we give them $2,500 worth of tools. And we have signed an agreement that if they stay a year, those tools are theirs.
There you go.
And we're hoping, to get people to invest in the career, because we find if our technicians make it sort of through the first year, they start looking at it as a career.
Right, awesome. Yeah, and that was my next question. It's probably the hottest topic for auto repair shop owners. How do you guys find, hire, and retain good techs?
I guess I'll start with the easier part. If it is easier, is retaining the way we treat our people.
Okay, so once you get them in.
We get them in, we meet, the executive team spends the month of February meeting with every associate in the company in small groups and ask them, what do you like about the company? What don't you like about the company?
Okay.
And we write it down. We took 1,000 lines of notes this year, and we'll act on a bunch of them. And we give them a say. So we really involve the people from the keeping the people part. Attracting, we count on word of mouth, that people see the training we do and the investments we make in our people. Finding people is tough out there. I mean, again, it's a lot of relationships and networking.
Right. So like you said, and I just did a video on this that we got out on the internet, shop burnout. So, and how that affects the shop owner if he ends up getting shop burnout, how that affects the culture of the shop, how that affects the shop's reputation. So shops that have a really good reputation and the shop owner, he's owning the shop. So he's taking training, he's taking coaching on, how to run the shop and be a shop owner instead of, work on the shop more than in the shop. Those are the shops that the word gets around. Hey, this is a great shop to work at. I know Joe that works at this company.
Yeah, we've got a pretty aggressive associate referral program, and we find that if we treat our people right, they'll be our best recruiters.
Yeah, a lot of shops, families that eat together, stay together. I can't tell you the amount of shops owners that I've interviewed lately where they do a lunch or they do a breakfast or whatever. You mentioned one of the key ways to keep techs is to start them off young, help them provide the tools, the ones that are going to work out well. So,
and to your point, we've got a lot of family members that work for us. They refer fellow family members that, we've got fathers, sons, brothers, uncles that they refer each other. So.
Yeah. So, that says a lot about the company culture. How is your company adapting to and meeting some of these really increasingly stringent environmental regulations, such as emissions, disposal, hazardous materials, et cetera, et cetera.
We work really hard to stay current, but you're right, it is a challenge.
Right.
I'm a member of the TIA board, and tire disposal, tire recycling, it's a huge issue, and there's a lot of regulations surrounding that, so we try to stay current on that. The fluids, the disposal of all that, it's very top of mind. I mean, we celebrated Earth Day and made a very public all the practices we do to make sure that we are an environmentally friendly company.
Yeah, how long has VIP Tires and Service been in business?
So we're currently on our third generation owner, and his grandfather started the business in 1926.
Wow.
It was actually, he started it as Quirk Tire, and then in 2001, John Quirk, our current owner, purchased VIP. And we combined the two companies, but he kept the name because there were more VIP locations than Quirk Tire at the time.
So your company's almost had 100 years to create their company culture. So we got a lot of shop owners out there that are trying to figure it out, you know. So
we're excited. Our owner's son-in-law just joined the business last April. And so he'll be the fourth generation.
He'll be fourth generation. That's phenomenal. So there's a lot of competition in the marketplace, you know, obviously. Absolutely. And you've worked for them. You've been to Sears, you've been to Tire Kingdom and Pep Boys On. You've seen exactly how some of the biggest companies in America run, and you were able, obviously, to bring that information over to VIP. So what makes VIP, you know, different from its competitors?
It's the relationships we build with our customers.
Okay, bottom line.
Our owner, he says it a lot. He said, you know, we're not in the business of repairing cars. We're in the business of building relationships, and if we build a relationship, they'll allow us to work on their car.
Wow, that is a phenomenal philosophy. Yeah, because you can probably take that philosophy just about to any.
Yeah, and it's true. You want, you know, life's complicated. You want somebody that can make your life easier. If you've got a problem with your vehicle and you've got a go-to person, life's easier.
Right, yeah, that's what we try to do, you know. A shop has got a problem with their digital marketing and they're not getting the leads in and they're not ranking on Google. We focus on the relationship, you know, and provide the results. Are there any specific tools or resources that you guys utilize to enhance diagnostic and repair capabilities?
Our diagnostic tools that we have across the company is Autel. We've got a great partnership with them, and we try to make it standardized from a training standpoint that we Autel, but like I said, we do also have, and we're working towards some EV-specific shops where we've sent techs through training, and we'll have 5 stores that are EV capable, sort of regionally located, and we'll provide them with the equipment they need to do EVs. And it's more the hybrid generation than the, you know, 1-year-old Tesla or fully electric vehicle.
Right, okay. Yeah, so more embracing the hybrid.
Yeah, that's from an aftermarket standpoint.
And that's smart. Yeah, get 5 shops that can handle that. So if somebody goes to one of your other shops, you can say, yeah, we got a shop that handles that. It's over here. Yeah, we got a regional shop that handles that. So how important is MAP to your organization?
Again, it's a cornerstone of who we are. It's about, you know, you want to build that relationship, you got to be consistent with the customer.
Right.
You got to be forthright with the customer. And MAP's all about, you know, inspecting the vehicles in a consistent and manner with integrity and communicating with the customer. And again, being able to communicate consistently. With 70 locations and 700 employees, we want to make sure that, you know, everybody's communicating and customers are hearing the same message. And, you know, we see our role is, like I said, of building relationships with the customer, but becoming their partner with them. And MAP allows us to make sure that we're communicating accurately and consistently. Right,
and that's actually my next question. I think you probably answered is how does MAP help you build trust with your customers?
We, again, a walking book of cliches, but another one of our favorite sayings is sometimes the best sale is no sale.
Okay.
When you just, you know, you explain to the customer and they come in, they think they have this problem and it isn't that problem or it's something else, but because of your inspecting the vehicle thoroughly and correctly and communicating with them, you say that's really not an issue and you know it, you don't need brakes today. And they walk out not spending a cent.
Right, okay. Yeah. Why should other organizations join?
Again, I think the ability to have the guidelines, I mean, the car's getting more and more complicated, and to have a set of guidelines on the proper way to inspect vehicles, and then be able to turn that into communicating with the vehicles. It's getting more and more challenging all the time, and it really helps from that standpoint.
Okay, awesome.
For additional automotive resources and exclusive content, follow us on Spotify and subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our episodes. Thanks again for joining us in the driver's seat, and we'll see you next time for another thrilling episode of Top Shop.